the man, the myth, the cult movie legend, Bruce Campbell is here in our studio. Oh, what else can we say besides groovy? Plus, the world's largest NES controller? Oh, that's so a few months ago. We're into smaller these days, man. Get with it. And since Chris Gore is here anyway, we might as well have him review some DVDs. After all, it is DV Tuesday now. Hail to the king, baby. It's Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
I'm excited. Welcome to the show, by the way. I always get happy during the music, and it's time to do the show. But every day, someone tells me it's not megaphone this, and I maintain it is megaphone this at the top of the show.
It's pick up on this.
Sarah Lane, talk some sense into him, please.
It's pick up on this.
See?
She's siding with you because you're a guest, in case the viewers at home...
Nobody says megaphone this.
All right, we've moved on, Sarah. Thanks for chiming in, though. This is Chris Gore. He's our guest host for the week. Chris, you like the internet?
I like the internet.
You like games?
I'm a geek of many shades.
Right, and that's why we're so glad to have you here.
And I'm also the thing that wouldn't leave.
That's true.
For this week, but for this week only.
Right. Security knows, come Friday.
Yeah.
Out the door.
Yeah. Turn in my card.
Yeah, and we might muss your hair a little bit, too, just so you know.
Ah, no, the hair's cool.
I have to.
Makes me taller.
Don't make me check in with Sarah again for the hair coolness check, by the way.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, Sarah, anything on the show today? Something cool? Something great? Something
damn
groovy?
good download. It's
Nice.
DV Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff. It came from eBay.
Yeah? Woo!
You should be excited about that.
I am excited
That's
about
your
that.
baby.
I'm saving the energy because later on we're doing this NES controller thing, which is going to blow minds. Minds will be blown. Cleanup crews will be called. Parents will be upset. There'll be brain matter in the shag carpet. It will be awesome.
And you and I are going head to head.
Wow.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Way to spoil it all, Chris. You brought in something cool today, though. So
you know what? This is a new segment that I would like to call I've Got Something You Don't Have.
What is this?
What? Look, this is a custom-made George Lucas Star Wars action figure from the original 12 packaging.
No.
Yes, I'm a collector, but how many of you have one of these? How many of you have this?
So what's the story behind a George Lucas action? I mean, this isn't real, right? I mean, this is like a knockoff.
It's a custom. It's a custom. I paid about $80
they call
to
it
get
customs
that.
on the
Customs,
market.
yeah.
It's a custom, and by custom we mean some dude glued it together in his mom's basement.
I also happen to own another thing I'm proud to own is a missile-firing Boba Fett action figure.
Very nice. You also are the proud owner of some movie gossip knowledge. Something about Yoda starring in his own film or something?
That's right. That's right. I was cruising StarWars.com like I do every day, checking for news. Checking for news. The big news on StarWars.com today: bomb pops.
Bomb pops.
Lightsaber bomb pops.
Yeah.
So now, it begs the question: has Star Wars gone too far? Have we taken these characters?
They haven't yet. Wait till I change the image. Now they've gone too far.
Okay, and the eyes.
They've officially gone too far, Chris.
The eyes are bubblegum. You can chew them. But this, I'm looking at all this stuff, and I dig it. I dig it because I'm totally into Star Wars. But even now, I'm thinking like, when the bomb pops are the top story on StarWars.com, I'm concerned. But there's a great rumor floating around that was on the Force.net recently. George Lucas, it was a throwaway line at Celebration where he actually talks about making a almost prequel to the prequels, a movie starring a young Yoda, where we would learn how he became a Jedi Knight.
He was young and hip and in shape and chasing tail.
Like 795 years ago.
Yeah, of course.
In the Star Wars universe. So that would be in the
cane occasionally, which is
maybe we find out how he gets the cane in this sort of young Yoda series.
All right. I like your segment so much, Chris, that I'm going to poach it. I have something you don't have. Ooh. The Nokia, it's their new 8801 video phone. Wait, hold on. Stay there. Hold on. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Now that is slick here. $700 price tag. Now normally you sign up and they lock you into like a 15-year contract and then you get the phone for 15 cents, but it's $700 just for the phone.
So a laptop or a phone.
Yeah, but
is that the choice?
This phone is going to get you a lot of lap dances. I mean, this thing is sleek. It's pretty much stainless steel. It's got like this solid steel house with a ball-bearing spring-loaded face.
What's the weight?
It feels good. It's a hardy phone. It's not too heavy. But it does feel good. Bluetooth support, which is always there. It's a world phone, so it'll work anywhere you want. The one thing I'm not happy about is that for a $700 camera, it's only got a 600 by 800 pixel camera, which is roughly like half a megapixel. So I'd expect a little bit more from a $700 phone.
What about the memory? How much memory on this?
64 megs of internal memory, so that's all built in there. And it does support MP3 and AAC files, so you can use Bluetooth, transfer the files right over, no more dialing crazy numbers for the frog on a motorcycle tone. You just transfer it over yourself.
Now, for that price, I should be able to watch TV. Can I watch TV on this?
You can watch, MPEG-4 movies, but unless you have a service through like a Sprint or someone else that pushes video, it's not inherently supported, I don't believe.
It's a great screen resolution.
It is good. It feels nice, and it's got 8 hours of standby talk time, which is good. So it's got some good features, but again, $700 and it's only half a megapixel camera. Come on, Nokia, come on!
Have fun with it.
It is fun to slide around. But the one thing that is bad is that you smudge the screen, so you're spending your entire time like this, wiping away at it. So it's like, yeah.
People get the wrong idea.
You're like, hold on a second, hold on. I'm going to clean my phone before I show it off, honey. How does this look to you? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it doesn't look clean,
All
I'll
right.
tell you that.
Moving on. Finally, it's a hardcore. Oh no, this isn't finally. I'm getting there a little too soon. Hardcore Bond fan.
You're used
this
to
guy's
this.
a hardcore Bond fan, and he makes authentic props from the movies.
Now, this is pretty cool.
They actually
I dig authentic props. I own some myself. Nothing from the Bond series, but this stuff is awesome. And some of this
Check this
actually
out.
works.
Yeah, no, he builds them to be functional. So this was a watch in one of the movies that has saw blades. It's got like a serrated edge. He actually turns it on, and it actually goes. So the devices really work. That's pretty sweet.
Call me a snob, but I think the ones from the Connery Bond movies are the better
I've
gadgets.
seen one of these before, but it wasn't in a
Ice
all right.
pick.
Oh, yes. And what's cool is that he also tells you what the movie is and when the device was used on the site. So, it's a level above regular Bond.
That was in
kind of
Diamonds
sites.
Are Forever, and it's only because I read that. It was right there.
Exactly. You're a genius of the monitor. Well done, though, because I didn't know. I was like, really? How'd you know that? You're good. And finally, just when I begin to think that the internet is out of cool stuff, Chris, and you heard me yelling about this morning, I'm like, the internet is not cool anymore.
I like the cool stuff.
Thesneeze.com has made a site that has made me a believer. And I get a little choked up, but it's called Freaky Frank's, and I want to show it to you right now. You select a wet topping and a dry topping, Chris, and you can make a hot dog. Do you want me to show you?
Wet topping. Could you
Yeah.
say wet topping again, just a little slower?
Wet topping, Chris. Yeah,
It's
see,
amazing.
only because you're a guest host. So here we
All right.
go. That got a little creepy.
So what can
Let's
I
get out
make
of there.
here?
So, okay, you can take peanut butter and buffalo wings, fruit stripe gum. Let's go fruit stripe gum and build it. And we'll end up with a peanut butter and fruit stripe gum hot dog.
Now, you mentioned you had a favorite one. Which was the favorite one?
If I had the one that looks wrong is the peanut butter and Barbie doll head. I'll just show it to you real quick. That just looks wrong.
Okay.
But if you go like, SpaghettiOs and, buffalo wings, we can build it.
Okay, cool. You can build it, but can I ask you something? Can you eat it? Can you eat it if we brought one on the show right now? I challenge you, Kevin Pereira, to eat SpaghettiOs and buffalo wings.
Because you're a grown
Take a
boy.
bite. Take a bite. It's
Have
so
a ball.
cool. It's so cool. You might dribble. You might dribble. That's okay. It'll be
Really?
stained for the whole show.
Really? This is where I'm
Yeah,
going?
go for it. Yeah, you got to do it.
Here's to you, kids.
Don't be like. Yeah. Oh, I got some wet topping a little bit there. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even
Okay.
ask me how I made it.
All right. And you know what?
No, you read that.
Okay. We are taking your calls today for Bruce Campbell. That's right. Ask him what it was like to defeat Spider-Man or kill the undead, or ask him how you can truly please your woman.
You
the
could have
number.
heated the SpaghettiOs. That's disgusting.
Yeah, cold SpaghettiOs. The number is 800-839-7880. You can email us through our web form at g4tv.com/askaots. And you can chat with us in our IRC chat room too. Just point your browser to chat.g4tv.com.
All right. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that what we have up next will melt your eyes with its greatness. You want a bite?
No,
Yep,
it's
come
just
on.
you're getting on
Come
the
on, Chris,
computer.
hurry up. Take a big bite. Take a big bite of that one. All right.
I'm going to do that.
We've got just the spice your love life needs. Bruce Campbell is here with tips on how to make love his way. Some assembly required. No, bigger bite. Bigger bite. Yeah, come on,
Bigger
go.
bite? No.
Go, buddy.
Our next guest needs no introduction because if you're watching this show and don't know who Bruce Campbell is, well, then you should be hacked into tiny pieces with a rusty chainsaw. Welcome to the show, Bruce.
Thank you very much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Now, you've got a lot of projects going right now.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I had to disappear for a while to do stuff. Now I'm doing the tap dance.
You're a man of multimedia. Movies, TV, books, video games. Let's talk about one of my all-time favorite film series, Evil Dead.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Evil Dead. The film that started it all. I mean, Evil Dead 2 is coming out from Anchor Bay in an HD DVD edition.
Yeah, they're trying to keep up with the times and give folks the good stuff that they demand.
Now, one of the great things about the Evil Dead DVDs is you've done commentary for them all.
Yeah.
You seem to know more about the films than Sam. You're more articulate about expressing the ways in which the film was
Well, you know how
made.
those directors, they have their trade secrets.
Right.
So some of them, very honestly, are very loath to say, and then I bolted the camera on top of a grip's head for this shot. You know, sometimes they don't, it doesn't occur to them to speak that way. And to me, I was sort of amazed watching Sam work in many ways. So I was always impressed of like, yeah, we had to put this stupid camera up here and run it on this track here. And so...
But that's one of the great innovations in the Evil Dead films was the shaky cam, which is basically
Yes.
a steady cam that's the cost of a 2x4.
Yeah, it's a
Explain
steady
that.
cam with no money.
Yeah.
No gyroscope, no nothing. Because, you know, you think about it, a steady cam really is an incredibly heavy device that's expensive. You have to have a special operator. Well, in 1979, we didn't have any of that. Steady cam was too expensive. So really, the idea was just take a board, take a 2x4, put the camera in the middle, put a Yahoo on either end, and what's cool about it is you can go up to a bush and go right over it. If you had a steady cam, you actually couldn't do that.
So that's how you got all those like
Up and over
insane
cars and
shots.
bushes and
It's crazy.
and the opening shot of Evil Dead is a 16 millimeter camera taped around Sam's hand that's gliding across a swamp, and I'm pushing him in a raft and with stupid fishing waders on from behind. So
Let's talk about the new Evil Dead game that's coming out.
Yes.
You're a fistful of boomstick. Tell us about it.
Well, Cranky Pants has taken over the reins on this version for THQ, and you know they're cool cats. They wanted to reimagine it, give it the new technology, because I think that's the hardest thing of games is staying current. I've worked on video games where by the time the game was done, they had outmoded the entire platform and never came out. They just moved beyond it. So Cranky Pants is. My terminology is all terrible here. I'm such a layman, but you know they're into some of the ragdoll movements to get the characters' movements way more realistic. And my son Andy has given it the seal of approval.
Now let's talk about the Spider-Man films. Spider-Man 1, you're in Spider-Man 2. I assume you're going to be in Spider-Man 3, and you're going to tell us something
It's actually
about
my contract. There's a weird thing. They actually can't make Spider-Man 3 without me. I held them up for the sequel.
Tell us something. You got to give us a spoiler, or as I like to say, give us a spoiler.
Spoiler.
Give us a spoiler.
The safest thing I can tell you, the most accurate, is that I will be annoying Spider-Man.
Come on, you got to give me more than that.
You
Bruce,
know.
you can't leave me with that. Don't leave me hanging.
Sam Raimi will send out his foot soldiers, and they will get me. They will kneecap me in this parking lot if I give away any sort of factoids. I don't know that I'm going to be putting on a funny suit, a Spider-Man suit or a villain suit. Sam is, you know, they're very close guarded. I don't know if I will defeat Spider-Man. I don't know if I will annoy him. I don't know if I will. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Are you implying something? Am I going to?
Well, you'll have to read
Rumors?
into it.
Rumors all over the internet after.
Yes, of course. Well, but yeah, and we all know that the internet is very accurate.
Let's talk about the films you've got going right now. You've got Man with the Screaming Brain.
Yes, it's a tender love story.
Tell us about Man with the Screaming Brain.
Well, that's kind of a strange beast. I'm embarrassed to say it took 18 years to get made. The idea was given to my partner, David Goodman, in a rowboat by a director friend of ours 18 years ago in North Carolina. And it took us this long to put it together. The Sci-Fi Channel is a partner on it. I've been making some stuff for Sci-Fi these days. And they're going to air it this, like last Sunday in September.
And the other one was Alien Apocalypse.
Alien Apocalypse, which just aired.
Let's talk about the new book.
Yeah.
You know, I read your first book, and Make Love the Bruce Campbell
Yeah,
Way.
what is up with that?
Let's take a look at this book. Look at that.
It's out of control, man.
Now, tell me about the new book.
Well, you know what? Hollywood's a weird place. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah.
And it's full of weird characters. And the idea for the second book, publishers get a little nervous sometimes if you come to them and say, after I made If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B movie actor, I want to go make a Grapes of Wrath novel. They'd kind of laugh in your face. So this is a way for the apple to not fall too far from the tree. I put myself as the lead character in the book.
Now, there's a lot of there's a lot of pictures in here, some
Yeah,
really
if you don't
funny
like the
stuff.
words, there's plenty of
But
pictures.
look at the words though, Bruce. I gotta say a little something.
Yeah.
Look at the spacing. Look how big the words are. This
Hey.
looks like you're like trying to finish your report on time. I need a book that's 300 pages. A little padding in there or what? Come
Well,
on,
you know
look
what?
at that.
It's very
Look at this.
important. It's very important in this illiterate society of ours for people to feel confident when they open a book. A sixth grader could open that book and go, I think I can polish that off in an hour. It's not going to be a hard read.
Well,
That much I can guarantee. But you know what? It's actually not a book for small type. This is a kind of in-your-face, ridiculous romp in a fictitious Hollywood world.
And an amazing 1 hour read. Great, Bruce. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amazing. All right, be sure to pick up the book, Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way. And for more Bruce Campbell, visit bruce-campbell.com. We'll be taking your calls for Dr. Campbell in a little while, but first, suffering through commercials will be worth it once you feast your eyes on the world's smallest NES controller. Believe it or not. Man, why does that sound so much better when Jack Palance says it?
All right, just over a month ago, Attack of the Show made history by securing the world record for the largest game controller with our giant NES controller. Look at that. That's a beauty, isn't it? Don't fondle the controller,
I want to
Chris.
see if I can
Just
hook up
play with
this bad boy to my original NES, the Rob. Remember the Rob?
You would have.
No
a
one
Rob,
else remembers the
wouldn't you?
Rob.
You're such a nerd. No one's
I
old
know.
enough to remember the Rob out there.
I
Come
am.
on now.
I am
No.
old.
I definitely remember the Rob. It's awesome. But what do you think of this bad boy? This isn't.
I love it.
It's
Can't
impressive,
wait.
right? Have you had a chance to play with it yet?
I'm going to give it a ride, I think.
Okay. How
give it a ride
about you
later.
just push the buttons and play a game with it, and
I'll do
stop
that.
creeping out the audience at home, Chris.
Okay.
Jeez, all show long. All right. Well, apparently you haven't heard the Last of Us record books. This time, we're taking it to the opposite end of the spectrum. Please welcome our world record-holding engineer. You do have a world record for this, don't you?
Yes, I do.
David Randolph. David, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
I'm glad the viewers at home finally get to see you because you really were the mastermind behind this controller. Excellent work. It was a big hit at E3. Everybody loved it. But now you've got something new up your sleeve, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so tell us about it. Apparently, this is it right here.
Yeah.
It's almost easy to get lost on the table, but look, there it is. Size of my finger. What is that?
It's a little bit wider than an inch, about the total mass of a quarter.
This is an actual functioning controller.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Up, down, left, right, start, select, A and B.
All right, so every button works, and so this is a tiny little bad boy here, but what's in the box? What's this connected here? Are you cheating? Is this where the smoke and mirrors begin, David?
I'm cheating just a little bit.
All right, why?
Basically, the chip that's inside of the original NES controller
Mm-hmm.
is a little bit larger than my actual controller, so I had
Okay.
to put it somewhere else.
Gotcha. So this is what's inside of, this is a regular NES controller. Inside we have this, and that's the chip that you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's basically hiding it in there.
All right, so now what do you do to actually build one of these? What steps do you have to go through?
Well, I have to make a PCB out of this to actually make it all work.
Okay.
And basically, a PCB is a printed circuit board.
Right. Now, to make one of those, you need a clean room and radioactive suits, and it needs to be all white, dust-free, something like that, right?
No, pretty much the most expensive tool you need is an iron.
Okay, an iron. So how does that work, really?
Well, basically, you need some paper, which is basically press and peel paper.
Okay.
And you're going to print on it the actual image that you want to put on the circuit board.
Okay, so this is what is comprised of our tiny little NES controller. This is
Just a
what
little
you
bit
printed.
smaller.
Okay. We pop it on there.
Plop it on there, and then you go ahead and iron it out.
Now, is there a particular setting you like on the iron?
I like
David?
polyester. It's coming
Polyester's
back.
good. Okay, good. Good.
So, working with that. And basically, you're going to end up with a piece of copper with this little pattern on it.
Okay.
And you're going to soak it inside of PCB etching solution. And basically, this stuff will eat straight through you, so be careful.
All right, you look like the bad guy from RoboCop.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
gotcha. So
Great
don't
images.
play with the acid. And now the acid is strong enough to eat through copper, but not through printer toner.
Exactly. It's one of those magical things of electronics.
Right. Okay. So this is the circuit board with the ironed on, and this is it after you've soaked it in acid, and this is after you've cleaned off the ink from it. Correct.
Right. Just use a Brillo pad or some sandpaper, and it gets rid of the toner.
Very nice. All right. So you're done with that, and now what's the next step?
Well, the next step is I got to figure out how to make the buttons work. And basically, I did that by just taking a piece of paper and cutting out little holes for where the buttons are.
Okay.
And then I put that down on top of the PCB. And then I take this simple printout here that I made. It's nice and pretty. It's got all the buttons
Yes.
and everything we want on it. And I cover the back of it with this copper leafing.
Okay, and the copper leafing, once you push down, it pushes the leafing through the holes, the spacers that you built, and that's what makes the contact to trigger the circuit, right?
Exactly.
Very nice. So how much time, what are we talking about? Time and money-wise?
Well, a person can do this in about 8 hours.
Really?
It's not that hard, so it's definitely a project worth trying for.
Very nice. And you've given them everything they need to do it pretty much on our website, right?
Complete articles, tons of warnings, everything you need to know.
Very nice. David, you have outdone yourself yet again, but we did have one more thing. Chris brought this in. We washed it first, but is there anything perhaps you can do with this bad boy? I don't know if you can dream up anything.
I think I can come up with something a little bit evil for it.
Let's see it, David. Let's go. Mob
All
that
right.
thing. Get that zapper going. In the meantime, Chris Gore's been talking a little trash since he got his hand on the big controller.
That's right.
So I think it's time to put you in your place.
Let's do it.
Dr. Gore. So we fired up on the NES. We've got the track and field going.
Yep.
The controller is so small, folks, that I have to play with these tiny, tiny little sticks here. These are the only way I can trigger the thing. So let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Okay, good. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Here we go.
Enough
Here we
talk.
go.
I'm ready to
Head
put
to
you in
head.
place. Let's go. All right. So we're going to do a little two-player 100-meter dash here.
You ready?
I am getting ready. I hope my sticks are in the right spot. Hold on. And don't jump the gun, Gore. Ready? Go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Hold that little thing.
Ah, come on. Come on.
Come on.
Run.
Behind.
I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
You stop, too. Yeah, what's the matter with you? Hold on. You got a cramp, but I still have potential.
All right.
Hold on. Make it dramatic for television. Stall. Stall, Gore. Stall.
Should I slow down?
Make it dramatic for...
No!
Ugh.
In your face, KP! I beat you! I beat you!
This controller sucks! David! Sorry. It's actually, no, it totally works. I'm not really good.
Really? Really? Do we have time for a rematch?
We don't have time for a rematch. We
don't have time for a
Nope.
rematch.
I'll let you go out on top. That's fine. There you have it. Wow. We've got extensive instructions and photos about making a tiny controller and printing your own circuit boards. You can find it all on our website, g4tv.com/AOTS. Just remember, folks, seriously, Chris Gore is a huge cheater. There is more Attack of the Show on the way, but whatever. I mean, if you want to go, you can go. We'll have fun without you. Because the feed is coming up, and it's bringing nachos, Chris.
Okay, and you can call up Bruce Campbell, and he'll answer your questions. Come on, ask him if he thinks you should buy an Xbox 360 or a PS3.
He gets that question a lot. Let's go again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. While you were gone, it's an interesting thing. The internet updated, and it turns out there's new stuff on there. They call it the news, but what we like to do is call it the feed.
Issues with copyrights in this country are, I think it's safe to say, getting utterly ridiculous. Now, I present to you Exhibit W for Walmart. All right, listen here. Afraid of accidentally infringing on the rights of professional photographers, Walmart photo finishers are apparently refusing to release photos if they think they look too nice to have been taken by an amateur. Please, for some common sense, fall on deaf ears here, with clerks allegedly refusing to hand over pictures without a release form signed by the photographer. Now, I think we can save everybody some hassle here. With a handy guide to differentiating between amateur and professional photographers, okay? Ready? Professional photographers don't get their photos developed at Walmart. It's really, 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 really simple. Okay, moving on now. If you happen to sell pirate DVDs on street corners, and you know who you are, we have two things to tell you. There's only one T in Sith, and you're being watched by the LAPD. That's right. Using $186,000 given to them by the MPAA, the LA police have set up motion-activated cameras to catch DVD bootleggers downtown. While the cops aren't disclosing the locations, independent sources are reporting seeing cameras around Santee Alley. The cameras beam video directly to the LAPD's Central Area Station, and undercover officers are dispatched if the selling is deemed rampant. There's no word yet on how effective the cameras are, but Star Wars has made $307 million at the box office. That's like a few million people who were unable to obtain crappy versions shot from the back row with a cheap camera and left to no other options were forced to go to a theater. Nice work, MPAA. Very good. Now, say you've got a script for a video game-based movie. You're not sure how to get it into studios. You want them to take it seriously. What do? You get yourself a gimmick. It's a great start. So, in a move that smacks of indie film level desperation, Microsoft is using messengers dressed in full Master Chief armor to hand deliver copies of the Alex Garland penned Halo movie script to studios. Now, what's worse, these green armor-clad stooges are forced to stand over the studio execs as they read it, so that then they can take the script back the second that they're finished. Now, if this isn't off-putting enough, Microsoft is supposedly demanding unprecedented levels of control over the project, like demanding that studios follow their game Bible and do nothing to alter the look or the story. So far, only Universal is believed to be seriously mulling a bid. The other studios can just expect a visit from Jay Allard and Warthog Jeep any day now. And finally, leave it to kids to adapt so easily to new technology. You gotta love kids. Given access to things like camera phones and text messaging and the wireless internet, they're naturally using it to mercilessly taunt and terrorize nerds and outcasts. So sad. Mobile phone and text messaging bullying is on the rise, according to UK children's charity NCH. The bullying includes singling out awkward classmates, sending intimidating messages, or videotaping acts of playground violence and sending them around the school. Experts suggest tracing calls, saving text messages as evidence, or ignoring the calls altogether as they come in as ways to combat the trend. And we suggest something else. Leave the phone at home. What kind of calls are kids getting that can't wait till 3 p.m.? You closing a deal with the Weinsteins? What's going on? And that's the feed. Pereira, hand over your lunch money.
Oh.
I haven't got all day, seriously.
Easy with the
Give me your lunch money.
All right, now to join us for some expert analysis of all those stories is Bruce Campbell.
Yes, hello there.
Oh, sorry. Actually, how about we take some phone calls?
Sure, let's do that too.
All right, let's do that. Rich joins us on the phone from Crown Point. Are you there, Rich?
Yeah, hi.
How's it going, buddy?
Good, you?
Doing very well. I'm standing next to the legend himself. Do you have a question?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. I'm kind of like half paying attention right now.
Oh, no,
watching
oh,
the
yeah,
show.
very nice of you. That's right. He's like, hold on. What's that, dude? Hold on, yeah.
What a slacker. Come on, pay attention.
They're your fans.
They were my fans.
Ah, there we go. All right, so now that you've been thoroughly disowned and served on live television, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering, Bruce, why did you decide to join up for Evil Dead?
Why did I join up for Evil Dead?
Why did
I sign up? To have so much fun over a 12-year period. Because I wanted to be in a movie. Because I wanted to get into the film business.
Right.
You have to start somewhere. And we started in the wacky world of horror, and we just figured if we're going to get in there, then you better make a horror film that people are going to freak out about.
Does it still stand true that that's the easiest way to get into film, or at least one of the cheapest ways?
I think it is, and one of the reasons we made Evil Dead in the first place, because when you make a horror film, you can have a cast full of nobodies.
Right.
They don't have to, wear fancy clothes or
any clothes,
so it's an easier format to make, and it's fine. There's plenty of no-name actors that are happy to step up and do it.
Very nice. Finally, we have a question from Ryan on the phone from Medford, Oregon. Are you there, Ryan?
That's my hometown.
Woo! Oregon!
Now speak slowly. He's from Medford.
Yes. Are you paying attention, Ryan?
Pereira, no offense. Kind of want to talk to Campbell.
Not a problem. He's right there. He's right there.
That's
Go
my
for it,
man.
Campbell. Take it.
What can I do for you, sir?
One of my favorite movies you ever made was Alien Apocalypse. That movie is so good. I'm just wondering, what was it like making that?
You don't get out much, do you?
Wow.
Dude, I'm from Medford.
Yeah, that's true. I take that back. I understand completely now. A friend of mine from basically from junior high school made the movie, and in many cases, this is an actor makes a decision to make something based on who wrote it, who's in it, who directed it. In this case, I knew the guy really well, and these days I don't like being pinned with a filmmaker I don't really know or doesn't have experience.
Sure.
And so that's how it happened. And next thing you know, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel. And I enjoy Sci-Fi Channel because they're a pretty good match with the type of stuff that I do.
Right on. I hope that answers his question, and I hope he never calls again. When we decide it's safe to come out again, Sarah's got a damn good download she promises is better than the last one. Let's hope. And finally, it's here. DV Tuesday and guest host Chris Gore has been dying to finally try his hand at this segment. Seriously, he won't shut up about it. We've tried.
The feed is brought to you by Doritos. Don't hesitate, don't procrastinate, don't wait to be great. Visit INNW.com.
You could be the meanest, most ornery person in the whole world, but you can't help but smile when I say one simple word. DV Tuesday. Jesus, right. All right, Chris, I'm not even going to introduce you because, well, you've been here for a couple of days.
I'm here.
People know who you are.
Here.
Oh, he said go home. That's terrible.
Sorry.
He's very weird about people.
He can be mean.
Yeah.
He can be mean.
Really mean. Okay, let's just get started because it is DVD Day after all, and it's time for celebration. The Machinist.
Now, The Machinist stars Christian Bale, plays kind of this loser who works at a
Lots
machine
of weight
shop.
loss, right?
Well, a loser, much like Kevin Pereira in the last segment, but a loser who works at this factory, and it's a mystery, kind of like an Alfred Hitchcock-style thriller, and Bale lost 63 pounds.
For real?
For real, in this movie. He weighed 110. It's actually haunting.
He weighed 110?
Weighed 110. He looks...
I just met the guy. He's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, no.
That's disgusting.
And he bulked up. Actually, right after this, he did Batman.
God, I'm frightened.
And then he went right up to 180. But this thing is haunting. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays a prostitute. It's bizarre, weird.
Hasn't she done that a few times?
Well, that's a role she comes back to again and again.
Well,
strangely,
it works for her.
But great commentary, great extras, an amazing thriller. It's not one I would necessarily say buy, but I would definitely say check it out. I mean, especially Batman Begins coming up. You want to see some of the other great films in Bale's career. This is definitely one to check out.
All right, so we've got a rent.
It's a definite rent.
It's a definite rent, if not buy.
Yeah.
Depends on if you like weight loss and prostitutes.
I'm on the border on that one.
All right. Moving on now, Star Trek Insurrection Special Collector's Edition.
Yes, now this is the Star Trek film where they sing Gilbert and Sullivan songs, of course, in the great tradition of classic Star Trek. Yeah, this is probably one of the worst Star Trek movies ever made, and I'm including Star Trek V, the one with the unicorns. So, yeah, this one is god-awful. I mean, the greatest extras on the planet could not save this movie. In fact, there's no commentary because I think the filmmakers are too afraid to try to defend it.
There's just nothing to say.
Yeah, this was the last Star Trek film, the last Trek film for the Next Generation crew, and it's got this new agey kind of theme, and you're in trouble when the opening scene is a bunch of kids playing on a playground on some idyllic planet that we don't care about. Do you see where I'm going with this one? I mean,
you said it was god awful, and it's starting to sound that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's a double disc set, lots of extras, no point. Keep it out of your collection.
Waste
of time. Bottom line, skip it. I would crush it. I would destroy it.
You would step on it with your foot.
Run over it with your car.
Let your dog pee on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so pass.
All right. Moving on now. X-Files Abduction. Now, I feel like we've already talked about the X-Files. Hasn't X-Files DVD been released already?
Well, interesting you should say that. What's cool, the X-Files, they've been released, of course, in the season-by-season box set.
Yeah.
This is a different box set that just covers the episodes following the mythology stories. This is the story, where Mulder is trying to find out about his abducted sister, how he joined the FBI.
Sort of a story ribbon that ran throughout the series.
Yeah, it's all of those episodes, 16 episodes on 3 DVDs, new commentary by Chris Carter talking about those episodes.
That's cool.
And so for me,
you can watch them in succession. It's not like you're watching them out of order because they all sort of apply to the same story.
Exactly. They're all telling the story in chronological order. So for me, those are my favorite episodes.
Approach. Yeah.
The mythology episodes, and it's from the first 4 seasons, amazing. So if you're going to buy a box set of X-Files DVDs, this is the one to get.
X-Files Abduction. And finally, we have one more real quick, Nightmare Alley.
Nightmare Alley
What is Nightmare Alley?
Nightmare Alley is a classic Tyrone Power black and white film from 1947, and it's
Why should I watch it?
Well, it's kind of like a Twilight Zone episode. It's really interesting, but there's one reason to see it. It's this reason, this clip we're about to see.
Okay.
This creature, there he is, the geek. Is he man or beast? Some have pronounced him man, but beneath that shaggy mane of hair lies the brain of a beast.
Yes.
So that's what a geek was way back when.
It was made at a time when the geek was a carny attraction, which is, I think it's hysterical. I mean, it was just great stuff.
The geek has sort of morphed into something very cool.
Well,
and
back
not
then,
such a carny attraction.
Back then, not so cool.
Unless
it was
we could all
kind
get
of an alcoholic
traveling
beast.
jobs.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that one is a definite one to check out.
Definite one to check out. It's
cool.
Intriguing, to say the least. Love it, Chris. Well, I guess I won't say goodbye to you because you'll be here after the break.
I'm going to be here. That's great.
But there's nothing like DVD Tuesday, is there? I love it. If you prove to me you can sit quietly and without fidgeting for 2 minutes, I'm going to reward you with some. It came from eBay. It's like Satan's own flea market. And I've got a fairly decent download for you. Oh, I'll stop being Maya. It's damn good. Damn good. our show says, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. The Electronic Frontier Foundation's Danny O'Brien fights the good fight in our studio. Plus, Brendan Moran scrapes Bantha Poodoo off his shoe at the FilmThreat.com Star Wars party. And in this corner, martial arts world champion Dominique Vandenberg, who used to bare knuckle brawl in the sewers of Thailand. In this corner, Kevin, quietly wetting himself. That's tomorrow. We're padding. Now, seeing Kevin wet himself is something special, but now it's time for another damn good download. See you on the other side. Sorry, I forgot I was in a single. So, Chris, this is your first damn good download with me. Are you excited?
I am so excited.
You know what I do every once in a while is I have sort of my 3 favorite latest Firefox extensions because there's so many, there are like hundreds of them, and I keep finding more. And I think, oh my gosh, how did I live without them? So
I change my Firefox skin about once a week. So show me something.
Your Firefox skin,
Firefox, a little skin at the top where you can change the little buttons.
You play around with the themes, yeah. Well, these extensions will let you do things that Firefox won't do on its own, but are very wonderful. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at a browser, open browser. I've got 4 tabs open. I'm in specific places and all these. I'm looking at a certain place on a blog. Now, let's just say, for whatever reason, whether by accident or on purpose, I just close the whole darn thing. And you go like, oh, crap. I was at these specific places. I was at these specific websites. How annoying. Well, if you have a Firefox extension called Session Saver installed, all you have to do is open it back up, and everything will open just like it was before.
That is useful.
So useful, because I do this all the time.
That happened to me this morning.
Happened to me. Or what you can do is you can, once you get used to the Session Saver will allow you to, if you go into options here, it'll allow you to capture different multiple sessions. So let's say there's just a certain setup that you like, and you're gonna come back to it every once in a while. You can you can save the session and
does it work?
repeat it.
Does it work if the computer crashes? Does it work then?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. We should test that.
We should.
After the show.
Very good question. Okay,
Homework.
Homework. Do that tonight. See you tomorrow. Okay, so the next one is, let's say you are at someone's website. We'll use mine, for example, and there's a mail to link, right? So email me. I want you to email me. What you can do is there is a extension called Webmail Compose. All right, and we're just going to right-click. It's already installed. Webmail Compose. I'll say Compose Gmail because that is my email of choice, and it'll take me right to a Compose page in my Gmail account.
Love that.
Now people go, well, I don't have Gmail because I can't get rid of Yahoo or Hotmail, whatever. It'll work with any of those. You just set it up in your options.
Awesome.
So instead of going to your homepage and logging in and saying Compose, it just it requires 2 less steps.
This is the less I have to click, the better. I just want to get to where I want to go and email you.
Same here. Last one is a fun Firefox extension for anyone who kind of dabbles in photography, right? Here is a picture that I took a while ago in Mexico. I'm going to right-click on it, and when I go to properties, all of a sudden, I've got all my meta tag data.
I hear they've got good margaritas in Mexico.
They do have good margaritas in Mexico, and you'd find out about this particular photo because basically it's pulling all the camera info with the Nikon that I took. I didn't use a flash. My aperture was, my f-stop was at 2.8, 7.8 focal length. So you can get a lot of ideas if you like the picture and you see it on the web. It doesn't work for every single picture, but for more of like the high quality pictures.
If you had an interest in learning about photography, this would be the thing to have.
Yeah, because if you see something that somebody took and you go, how'd they do it? Then you have a lot of information and you can kind of get yourself started. So what do you think about that?
I like it.
Firefox
I like
extensions
it.
to make your job and your life easier.
Love them.
Good.
Love them.
Good. You can find today's Firefox extension links at g4tv.com/the Sarah Lane Files. It's my favorite place online. I'm sure it's yours too. You can also find my other downloads and websites. And of course, the gem sweater video that I showed you all yesterday.
Love that
See it over and over. It's really wonderful.
Now, remember that time you got drunk and found that ghost poop next to your toast collection? No? You know who does?
Ooh.
It came from eBay!
All right, rate it. Sessler botched his. I thought that was pretty good.
What?
It came from eBay intro.
Yeah, it was all right.
Oh, all right. So,
He's new.
A plug-in that lets me see what the aperture was. That's all and exciting.
It's not a plugin, it's an extension, you newbie.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry. An extension that lets us see what focal length was. That's
so
thrilling.
Jealous,
Let's get to some really exciting stuff.
Okay, let's.
Some eBay auctions. First off, no bids at all. I want to know what this is. Classified, top secret, shredded documents. Sarah, look at that. It's a real box.
Wait, they're already shredded?
Yeah, like perhaps someone was shredding some sensitive documents and then instead of throwing them out, apparently someone smuggled them by a senior insider.
What?
Sarah, a senior insider smuggled
know what
these.
company it is?
We don't know. That's the thing. It doesn't say, but apparently nothing's blacked out. So if anybody out there is actually bidding on this crap, let me know what they are.
Oh
Could be
my
interesting.
gosh.
Could be interesting.
Yeah, let me know what comes up.
Moving on. Tell me what you think of this image here. We're going to pull it up. Looks like a prosthetic leg or something of that nature, right?
It's confusing and mildly arousing.
Yes, exactly. They do have fetish sites for that. But here's the question. Look at the title of the auction. It's a used adjustable prosthetic leg for a non-amputee.
Oh, cool. So you can kind of like just give it a try.
If you want to play pirates with your buddies, you just take off the foot, I guess, and there you got a party.
I've heard there are fetishes for things like this.
There are.
Yeah.
I'll give you my bookmarks
So you
later.
can kind of, if you don't meet the qualifications, just play a role for the day. I love it. I want one.
I'm a little uncomfortable now,
Nah,
Sarah.
actually, I don't.
Let's move on. In the history or the tradition, rather, of burnt images on things, this gentleman ruined a whole stack of toast, but he did end up with this beauty here. It's the Elvis Eggo waffle.
Where's Elvis?
You can see there's the E and the L, and that's sort of a V and an I and an S. But hold on.
You know, you've reached a new low,
No,
my friend.
I haven't. 3 bids, $51. Someone's willing to pay $51 for
It's
that crap.
that gambling website.
Okay, how about a license to sell opium and cocaine? It'd help you out. No?
You know, that
It's right
would
there.
be
It's
helpful.
real.
You know, I was thinking of getting a bartending job on the side, and maybe I could just do this instead.
All right, I'm putting it out on the line, Sarah.
Yeah?
The best eBay auction I've ever seen. Here it is. They get better and better every week. Here it is.
Are you really going to claim this?
No bids. It's starting at $19.99. Here it is, folks. Proof that Britney Spears used to be hot.
What's the proof?
You'll get a collection of pictures and videos. There's a before and an after, but you also get a certificate of hotness that certifies that Britney Spears used to be attractive at one time or another. It's right there, $19.99.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's the best eBay auction.
It's brilliant.
That's the best
You're a
one?
jaded soul, Sarah.
I am.
There you go. Always expect the unexpected when it came from eBay. Chris Gore. Yeah.
Now, if I were you guys, and no offense, but I'm kind of glad I'm not, I would stick around because we've got some chat room on the way.
Why don't you want to be up?
Attack of the show, baby. Attack.
Done, y'all battle bowlers and chipperow your kilties. We're playing Call of Duty United Offensive in our LAN party. You like that, Chris? No? If obscure British war slang doesn't get you, maybe a quick round of team deathmatch hosted on our rack space servers will. Keep sweating on the top line, you velvet doughboys. Sorry about that. Couldn't resist. Sarah.
To register, go to our website and click on Join Our LAN Party. You'll get all the details and all the links to get yourself started, and we'll see you Thursday for LAN Party.
Woohoo! Now let's see what's going on in the IRC chat room.
All right, IRC chat. First one from ICPPUC. What did Kevin really think of the Phantom yesterday?
That's a tough question. I thought it was here and it worked. I just don't know who it's for yet. I asked Kevin Backus, sorry. I asked him several times, who is this for? And it seems like it's for people who want to play 3-year-old PC games on their TV.
Yeah.
But if it comes out at the price of a 360 or a PS3, then why would you buy that instead of buying the new console, which might have downloadable games anyway? So I really don't know what to think of it. I do know that they need to reskin that default skin. Not so pretty. Not so pretty.
All right, next one from Optic Wind. This one's for Chris. Is my big fat independent movie going to be for sale?
It's coming to
You'd like
theaters.
it to be?
I would like, yeah. It's coming to theaters in September, limited release,
And
and
people
then
will actually
DVD
buy it?
shortly after. Well, no, it's a movie. I mean, it's a movie that I wrote and produced, and it's coming out in the fall. It's strange, yeah.
Very nice. I hope to interview you.
Yeah, I could review my own movie, but I think that
this
would
is
be
a
biased.
definite buy it, folks.
Yeah, it's
I
a
gotta be
definite
honest,
buy it.
like-
It's perhaps the greatest film ever made.
There you have it.
Well, I'm excited.
I don't know if you see those credits on the screen, guys, but that means the show's over.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks to our
but-
guests, Bruce Campbell and David Randolph. Great times.
Love Bruce Campbell.
Tomorrow we're going to be field stripping Nintendo light guns, so go get some sleep.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Be
then.
rested. Be rested.
We
Good
could
job
do-
today, Chris.
We could do a rematch. We can get
Attack
two
of the
big
Show
ones.
wardrobe
We get
provided
two-
by Jinx.